If you don't have any passion, we have to ask the question, what are we doing it for? And it's almost we're just doing it until something better comes along. So
Mm,
the sooner something better comes along, the better, because you need to be out of it. So if you're in it, you've got to be in it. So
mm,
you need a vision of what's it going to look like. Not now, because at the beginning of businesses, sometimes we're in a situation where there is so much stuff going on, but you need to ask yourself a question and push yourself out a little bit, which is the question I've always used. And it was from one of the coaches that has coached me over the years, a guy called Dan Sullivan. And it was basically, if we were meeting here in 3 years' time, looking back, so we're already into the future, what has to have happened both personally and professionally for you to feel happy with your progress? So we transport ourselves into the future. So I want my business to be doing this, and I want so many employees and turnover and profit. And so you paint a vision. Then
yeah,
you bring it back and say, okay, what has to happen in the next 12 months to be the step to get you there? Because life's just a series of stepping stones to get us to where we want to get to. So then where do we need to be in a year? Where do we need to be in 90 days? Where do we need to be in a month? Where do we need to be in a week? And what do I have to do today to start that journey?
yeah,
So once you've got a vision of where you're going to go to,
mm,
and you can bring it back to what do I have to do today to be the first step
yeah,
to get me there. So what I did back when I started in business was 1989, and it was just about survival.
yeah,
And survival was because I was in financial services, I was in sales. It was basically I would knock on every door, I would pick up every phone, because living in a commission only world, if I didn't sell, I didn't eat. And if I didn't eat, I didn't feed the family, pay the mortgage, and so on. So I was really, really busy, but I wasn't being productive. So in 1995, I hired a coach, and I went to the coach, and he said to me, he said, list down every single thing that you do in a day. And
mhm,
I listed it all down. And it was on a big whiteboard. I wrote all these things down, opening the office, making coffee, um, opening the post, answering fax machines as we had them back then, because emails hadn't been invented, doing all this stuff, getting quotes, doing all these various things. And then he said to me, circle the three things you get paid to do. And I said, I get paid to do all of them. He said, let's do it a different way. Look at all the jobs that is worth £10 an hour, £20 an hour, £50 an hour, £1,000 an hour.